don't have Gemini. Capricorn. Pisces. And Aquarius. Hi, Bill. Technical difficulties. I don't know. My Wi-Fi apparently isn't working. I have like a dead spot in my room. It's really cool. 10. Who am I missing? Aries. Cancer. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Right. Alright, well, I'm going to start with the sign of Leo because that's what the dice said. It wasn't in any particular order. I think I'm making all of my electronics flip out. What is going on? Stop it. You know what? Fine. I don't own copyrights to any. I don't own the rights to any of the music or the copyright. Just using it to listen to it for entertainment. Sign of Leo. What's coming in for the sign of Leo in 2021? Scrolling up and down by itself. Yikes. What is coming in for the sign of Leo 2021? It's like something you don't want to see or you don't see. I think some of you guys are really burnt out with love and, you know, not wanting to go down that road again, or maybe you have expectations that you need to release. What's coming in for the sign of Leo in 2021? Because you guys keep a lot of things to yourself, so a lot of people don't really know your true emotions. So maybe it's time to let people come in. 7 of Pentacles is on the bottom. So, Moon card in reverse, the Wheel, the Sun, the Star, the 6 of Wands, almost all major arcanas. You have to make a decision you don't want to make about healing the things that you don't talk about, maybe when you were little as a child, or some of you 19, 17, 10. But I feel like maybe you're opening up, or you're dealing with the Pisces that's opening up, but someone could have a moon in Pisces. But this is really about you taking that initiative to move forward and you know, get what it is that you want. But you can't get to this victory and this long-term, you know, I think some of you guys, it's a job or it's a position that's, you know, set in stone. That's not going to be happening until, first of all, some of you guys have to deal with karma. Some of you guys have to start being honest about things. Some of you guys have to heal. This could have been a connection that was pretty heavy for some of you guys, whether or not it's talking about, you know, the relationship with yourself or another person. This is basically doing something that you don't want to do to get something that you want, like the carrot in front of your face, basically moving forward. But it starts with you guys opening up with your emotions, and then the karmic wheel starts to move in your favor. But you got a lot of healing, and, you know, but also you have a lot of assistance, you know, maybe you need to be aware of that you have a lot of people watching over you. And I think it's just time for some of you guys to do this, move this forward, like actually make a final decision, because this has been sitting here probably for 7 years. My voice is cracking. Taurus is next. So Some of you guys might be looking into purchasing property, or you recently did, but there's something to do with what title you would put the property under for the taxes or something like that. Because if it's anything religious based, that would be what, 501c or whatever. And then some of you guys might still be intertwined in a marriage with someone and there's property involved. So you might be trying to figure that out. You're going to need to take it to court to get something like legally drawn up for some of you, because for one, I don't think you can communicate with this person very well, and I think someone just always walks away and wants to do things on their own, for whatever that is. But some of you guys need to watch, like, if you are active or you play sports, there could be some type of injury. I feel like you guys have the determination to keep moving forward, but not everything is going to be easy. I think that some of you guys are so used to doing things the same way because you calculated it all out and you know what people are going to do, but it's like some of y'all are so fucking stubborn, it's crazy. But at the same time, I think that there's a lot of healing that you guys need to do, and I think some of you guys feel like you're not appreciated, like you do things for people and they don't care, or everybody leaves you, or they don't see like how hard it is to be you, like, because some of you guys are like, you know, you're really hard on yourselves and you are really hard workers, and maybe you feel like people got you kind of fucked up. But at the same time, like, in 2021, you're growing this, but it's going to be your character, your sense of humor, and some of you guys could be getting a property or a house of some kind. Definitely some type of money here, but it starts with you learning how to communicate maybe better with people, and knowing that everything is hard work, and you guys know that more than anything, that you know, it takes a lot to get things off the ground and get things moving. And everything is a give and receive. It's that way with money, it's that way with relationships, it's that way with communication. Sometimes you're the teacher, sometimes you're the student, and you can't do everything on your own, even though most of y'all would probably just prefer to take your little horse and walk on up the road. I think that there's people that understand you without words. And you definitely inspire people, so I just feel like some of you guys aren't really discovered, and you're not like, maybe you feel like you should be more than you are, but you know, integrity goes a long way, but that's not something that's loud spoken to everybody, you know. Usually your actions and things speak for themselves. You've got some regrets here. You have a lot of things that you've been thinking about, probably by yourself. Some of you guys are probably like dealing with these emotions and you're just trying to like process. I think it takes you guys kind of, and like that's how you protect yourself. You kind of deal with things on your own, but the rest of the world wouldn't know that. I think that the biggest lesson for you in 2021 is you do have some things that you lost, but are you paying attention to what you still have? Or that maybe things can still work out, but not in the 12-step plan that you've had for your life. You know, I think that there's some certain things that aren't going right in your life right now because you're being protected from other things that we can't see. And there's no point in sitting here and still crying over these people when it's just like, people are going to do what they want to do. So focus on what you have. You know how to, you guys are really smart, intellectual people. But the biggest like epiphany that you need to have is like, but also turn that into communication. Like, yeah, you think everything and you have the plan and it's like grandmaster scheme, but maybe, you know, communicating it with other people would help you move through the steps faster, because people can't read your mind. Or at least most people can't. maybe watch what you say. The next one is Libra. So if there's any kind of genetic or health, like a family, something that runs in your family, if there's anything like that, you're definitely, some of you guys it's allergies, some of you it's eyesight. I think that maybe hormones. But I feel like if there's anything that you're worried about health-wise, I wouldn't. It's just honestly genetics for your family. I think that it's important to maintain a balance, just like everyone needs to, but it's more like you knowing what you need to do moving forward and not being so fixed on an old way of doing things. Like, some of you guys are thinking about plastic surgery, and I think the surgery would go okay, but there's always complications that you have to remember that come with that. And not only that, but scar tissue when they open you up. They don't fucking tell you about that. Two of Pentacles. So trying to make a decision, trying to balance everything out. But then at the same time, some of you guys are going through this awakening, like starting to realize that maybe you have a higher purpose. Maybe you want to get medical advice for... If anyone's doing genetic testing, have them do whatever's in your father's side of the family, because that could give you some answers. Or if someone passed away, something like that. Never give up on what you love. And they're saying have patience. There's a divine plan for your life. So everything ends, right? As much as we'd like to hold on to things and prevent, you know, the inevitable, everything ends, and everything is temporary no matter what. So the biggest thing is staying in this moment and maybe being thankful that you've had this opportunity, even if it's short-lived, even if it didn't go as far as you wanted it to, and you tried to like save this situation, or you tried to protect these, maybe it's even like children, maybe it's you know, pretending to be stronger than you are sometimes. Maybe you're worried about cancer in your family. I think that there's so much, like, everyone has an opinion, but it's like what you tell yourself is what is going to be your truth. And I feel like any kind of emotional response is triggered more into your body. So it's like diseases didn't even exist until we were told what they were and we believed them, you know. And I think that's important to remember in a fear-based society, that everything that we see is like, it's a trigger to an emotion, and then that like heightens your hormones and everything in your body, which people don't really talk about. But that stress level, you know, when you stay in that too long, that brings on more things that you don't need. Some of you guys could be like worried about heart issues. I think that there may be some mental health stuff. Maybe there was some type of growth for somebody. I just think that everything would work out, but be careful what you're telling yourself. That's the biggest thing. Because I think that some of you guys you're so hard on yourselves, but then you have this mental state where you get so stuck in this anxiety, because those racing thoughts, when you have anxiety and you just really feel like there's no way out, you have the courage to get through with this. You have to remember who you are. And I think start listening. So some of you guys might have like clairaudience, and just know that, you know, you are also very protected, but you have to be brave in those moments where, you know, when you have a mental illness and you have those voices in your head telling you that you're not good enough, and you know what I mean? Like, all those aren't real. And to remind yourself when you're in this position, so that it doesn't escalate any worse, that you're not going to die, that maybe you have a fear of death, but maybe when you get to a place where it's not so much anxiety surrounding that, think about why it is that you're so scared of death. You know, some of you guys, it has a lot to do with how you grew up, you know, a situation that you were in, Are they going to be able to save me if I get hurt? That kind of thing. And I just wonder sometimes that we get in our heads so much and we just convince ourselves of things, but it's just wrapping more cords around and it's making it worse, when I think that it's just keeping you stuck in a situation that you don't need to be stuck in. Some of you guys want to move your career forward. Some of you guys could have car issues. Some of you guys feel like you can't really trust people. But at the same time, communication goes a long way. Things could be worked out, and like some of you guys need to give people more, like a little bit more credit in your life, because you do have loyal people in your life. But also at the same time, remember how smart you are and how much wisdom you have in your brain. So when you get to that paranoia state, you know, focusing on the logic in it, well, these are the facts in it, because that's what you guys do. You're not emotion driven, you're like logic. So you could like think your way out of this situation when you just feel like you're stuck and it gets worse. Because you have the sun, some of you guys, it's like literally a win when you're gambling, maybe at a casino or whatever you go. But I think that along with change for you comes uncertainty, because some of you guys have been on your own, or you've done things on your own and you've had a plan. And when things are changing, that's when the anxiety kicks in. Hi, Tanya. I think that, in society right now and all the news and all the people dying, I think that the fear is something that takes over, and it's not needed, because we can't do anything about the statistics on the news. We can't do shit about what they say. You can direct your attention to something else, whatever you feed your brain, trying a different route. Because a lot of things are illusion, and until you can separate the two, you're going to be unaware. Yes, I hope it's a better year for everyone as well. I would get some tests done on your heart, Libra, or maybe someone in your family, or you're going to be learning about someone in your family, but there also could be a death for some of you guys, or this is something that was from before. For some of you, I see Pisces. For some of you, I see some kind of genetics thing. So if you're wondering what it was definitely genetics. They want to encourage you to pursue your spiritual path, because you guys definitely have a strong intuition and a strong voice, but it's up to you what you do with it, because we all have free will. I'm on Virgo. Some of you guys could be getting flowers. Some of you guys could be getting recognized on social media or something along those lines. But if you're married to a Libra, I feel like they could be getting you flowers. I think that this person has a better understanding of what it is that you do. And I think that there's a level of healing that's going on where there was confusion before. Like, this person doesn't want to give up. This person probably doesn't vocalize a whole lot, but you've taught them more than you could ever know. And you're a blessing in their life. And they literally wouldn't know what to do without you. But that pride, they couldn't admit it. I think that some of you guys were in a situation where there could have been a threat to your stability, or a situation that went on that was personal. And I think the thing that you need to know is that this person maybe had some other things going on, could have been confused about their emotions, but I don't think they are anymore. I think this person finally figured out what they wanted and how they feel. I do feel like there's definitely karma for someone here, because whatever you do comes back, and not everyone has good karma. And I think that Someone could have had a gambling issue. Maybe you thought that they were doing something else. I don't know. I see a car accident here for somebody. Whoever has a gold car or yellow. They're not really saying a whole lot else, but you'll be okay, or if it's someone you know that was in an accident, they'll be okay. Just it's going to be an injury on like their foot or their ankle. There's just this sense of love here. Maybe you guys have been practicing self-love, or that your partner has, but I just feel like you guys are kind of going back into energy where the spark is kind of back, you know. Maybe they want to take you out on dates more, or this is what's going to be happening, you know. Some of you guys could be going to, I mean, let's face it, not everything's open. They're kind of chilling outside by themselves, but I feel like this person has like a really strong attraction to you that hasn't been there maybe since you guys were like younger, you know. I think there's a situation or someone around, could be parents, or you know how people are, that you guys need like a break away from people that are manipulative, you know. Also, some of you guys are really talented, and whether it's technology or communication or like just talking to people, you know, if that's a business idea for some of you guys, to go forward with that, because it will be, you know, really successful. You just have to have a little bit more faith and maybe take on a partner. But I really think that it started with the self-love here, and all the patience that you've had in this situation with this person. You know, you worked with them. I literally think you guys are saints for some of you, because you never let anything stop you. You could have been scared, but nobody else knew, you know. You kind of bossed up, and you, in turn, they bossed up. You guys are really connected as well. So I think that some of you guys would be really good teachers because of your gentleness, because of your compassion, because you guys are nurturers. Because you know what it's like to not have emotional support. I think that maybe that is something that could help. If you're wondering what your purpose is, or what it is that you should be doing or want to do. Sometimes the universe will stop everything and you'll be stuck and you can't move in whatever direction, because they want you to see, you know, something that you're missing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like, what is it that you could do differently, or what is it that you're not seeing? Scorpio. Something with your professional life. I feel like there's some things coming in. I don't think you're going to believe everything that happens, but at the same time, I think luck is on your side for some, you know, maybe because of what it is that you do, or just your purpose. I do feel like a routine is going to be important, just so you don't get overwhelmed. The balance thing, because it's easy to go too far to one side. And Scorpio's kind of an addictive person. You know, we can kind of take a walk on the wild side, but it's a really big transformation that you guys have went through, and I don't think anybody knows. And I think that now you're going to be in a different position. Some of you guys could be moving out of a situation. This could be a relationship, but I don't really think so. I think that, I don't know who's messaging me. I think that for some of you, needed to get out of a relationship. Maybe someone or someone else did, because there's just a lot of fighting. I do see, you know, maybe get-togethers, maybe if there was a fight, you guys coming back together. But I also see support that you need, or they need. I think that you know, this is kind of your soul family, and you guys are on the same page. So it's like, you know, when you meet people, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to go down the long list of everything that you go through and why you're weird as fuck. You know what I mean? People just understand. I think that there's just, you found that place, or you're going to be meeting more people, or they'll find you. I do feel like the heart situation, and it could be health, but it also could be, you know, someone could apologize, but I feel like maybe you're not ready to apologize to a certain situation or forgive, but just the fact that you're actually starting to acknowledge and heal this is kind of a big deal, because we suppress things for, we could probably do it for life if it didn't kill us, you know. And I think that the more that you're able to keep your emotions in check and not dwell on the past, the more things will move forward for you. Saturn was a bitch for us. That's all I know. They hit us really hard and kind of stagnated us for so long that now things are going to be happening in a rapid pace. And I don't think it's just for Scorpio, but I just feel like it's just time to enjoy the ride and go with the flow, because having expectations or having a plan at this point, there's just, you know, you have to learn to just roll with it. Sagittarius, the stingray is coming up for you. I don't know what the spiritual meaning of a stingray is. Something to do with joy and self-expression. So maybe when you guys are really excited about something, you spread joy around. You have a lot of wisdom because you have a vision. I think that you're just able to see like nonchalantly more than other people, because I think you guys have been observers. Like maybe when you're little, you just noticed everything. Maybe you didn't say it, but it's just like, I think that, and just everything that you've been through. Some of you guys are really good parents, whether it's your own kids or someone else's, but there's a sense of a renewal here and then a rebirth, like back to back. So it's like when you get confused or uncertain, it's just really heavy changes that you're going through. And there again, you just have to roll with it. You have the talents and the gifts to get through whatever it is that you want, but make sure that, you know, you're taking care of yourself too, because that's important. You guys are temperance. You know what it's like when you're off, you know, balance. Some of you might be getting a dog. Maybe you already have a dog. Ouch. If there was a dog that passed away, this was like someone's best friend. That's kind of cute. I want a dog. I got too many kids. There is some kind of like insomnia, but the energy has been really freaking weird lately, and I think we can all agree. Some of you guys need to drink better water or drink more water. There also could be like really fast-paced death and rebirth, maybe DNA upgrades, that kind of thing, if you catch my flow. Some of you guys really do have like either a twin flame or a soulmate in your life, and maybe what they're trying to say is it doesn't necessarily have to come in the form of another human. Maybe it's an animal, maybe it's some of you guys, it was a Leo, some of you guys it's a mother figure that you had, or you're a mother figure for some people. But I just feel like some of you guys are magicians as well. You have the ability to, you know, work things out and you know, stick around for the long haul, and I think that it's appreciated, whether or not it was from a dog or a person. You know, I think that your intuition is heightened at this time. But there's also needing to remember that when you start going down the rabbit hole, it's a lot of alone time. It's not things that a lot of other people will understand. And even it just, people are going to have a lot to say, but they don't really know what you're doing, you know. But the more experience you have and the more willingness that you are to release the expectations of how, when, and where things are going to go, and just allow yourself to channel and stay connected and grounded, I think that good things will come out of this. But it's just like, you know, on a soul level, it's you making that decision to do this, you making the decision to work on things. And, you know, I think that there's some emotions here, or someone who could be asking you out. He looks nervous as hell. And, oh, it looks like a picnic. Oh, that's kind of cute. This person's really intelligent as well. Could be a Leo, could be Cancer, could be someone who's like really hyper, but they're also like, I feel like the conversation is good with this person. Maybe it's someone you're currently with, or maybe this person wants to do this with you, or maybe that's a date idea. I don't know your guys' life, but I do know that this person would do anything for you. Even though you're strong on your own, you don't really need anybody. This person like is like proud of you, like they'll like stand back and let you be who you are, but at the end of the day, like, you know, this person was put in your life for a reason. And I think that there's past lives here as well. Definitely like a connection you can't really explain, because, you know, the ones where you don't really have to communicate, you just understand. Gemini. Some of you guys, your sacral chakra, as well as like your friend group, and maybe not pushing friends away. Maybe having an open mind for some of you to other people's religions and their beliefs, because I think some of you guys will just argue to the death with your family or certain people because they're your family. I'm not saying that you're right, I'm not saying, but I just feel like, I don't want to say that you're bigger than that, but I do feel like your communication and stuff, like, sometimes you guys are really intense, you don't even realize it, but at the same time, like, it's important for you to transition out of old ways of doing things, because the same compassion that someone showed you is the same compassion you need to show other people. And I think that some of you guys are like going stir crazy, but maybe some of you guys are like spending a lot of time on your own, or maybe you need some time on your own. Like, you know, some of you guys could be getting a gift, or, you know, doing something that you like doing, whether it's a painting or drawing or whatever your talent is. But I do feel like whatever gives you that sense of freedom that you kind of need to maintain, so you're not like exploding on people that don't deserve it, basically. I think that you could have, your hormones could be off a little bit, and I wish they wouldn't tell me all this stuff. It's basically like, I think you need to get stable in that, and then maybe the emotions and like the thoughts and stuff would get better. It's just like something about freedom. I think that the main freedom that you need is you have your own mind. It's not getting outside and going somewhere. It's freeing yourself from your thoughts and, you know, expanding on that, and maybe learning or figuring out what makes you happy, and, you know, showing other people that, or maybe you're able to see what makes other people happy in your life and they're not able to see that. I just think like some of you guys, you could have a conversation with anybody, you know, but maybe you're meant to be teaching, you know, other people around you in a time when there's not a lot of hope that, you know, you can work things out. You have Justice at the bottom. So I feel like there was some kind of, it could have been legal. I feel like it's going to have a good outcome. I think that it's important for whoever is involved in the case to be honest, and then it will have a better outcome than the current situation that's here. Just those decisions. And if it's a child, then that's how they learn, is making their own decisions. They gain experience, you know. But I think that, and then telling yourself that, you know, positive things instead of negative, because you're manifesting that in. Some of you guys are kind of, I'm not trying to be rude, it's just kind of like the reason you feel unbalanced and the reason you kind of like your emotions are all over. I really do think that there is just like, it's hormones. It's some of you guys could be having like skin issues. Some of you guys don't want anyone to help you with things. You want to do everything on your own, but at the same time, like, maybe breathe a little bit, try a wusa, or, you know, everything's gonna be okay. A deep rest or something, I don't know, but someone's really fucking hyped up, and we'll just, because of a situation, you know, you could have been married to this person, you still have a really strong tie to them, so that's why the emotions are always triggered. And I think that both you and this person need to be willing to release the expectations for however this is going to go in the future, because it's like you both want to do, it's like you both can't be the alpha, you know. One has to eventually like agree to disagree sometimes, or let people do what they want to do, but at the same time, like, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt sometimes, because I do feel like this person's trying. They've just been through a lot in their life, and they're not very good at showing that they care, or the whole dates and flowers thing, or, you know, I feel like this person's really just used to manipulating situations to go in their favor. Not that they don't care, though. They have a lot of emotion for you. They're not very good at talking about it. I think this person wants to like go do something with you. I think that this person it's like you guys' inner childs are being triggered, and that's why it might be a hard situation. And family's involved, you know. For some of you guys, it's like a trigger of your parents, and so it kind of sets off. It's a really intense energy. It's a lot of anger, but all that anger can turn into health issues after a while, because you're so hyped up, you know. I'm not saying that you can help it, but at the same time, maybe finding something that you like to do by yourself, you know, away from people. Capricorn. So I think that you guys are planning, you're thinking of, you know, trying to move things forward, but at the same time, like, I think that you think that there's like this whole lot of things going on. You might be a little paranoid, but maybe you really don't know the whole story. I think that you're curious, though. You at the bottom, you have the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So someone, maybe you're like thinking back, like, I don't know what situation this is, because it could be anything. Some of you guys, it's a Pisces, but I feel like there's a soul connection to maybe even not necessarily a current situation. This could be, you know, growing up. This could be past life. I just feel like the idea of what you wanted this to be, or what maybe it was at one time, changed. And it's not that the feelings aren't there, because they are, you know. It's just the communication and maybe the lack of truth through the conflict. I think this person is trying. I think that maybe you guys have been together a long time. Like, you know, this person's trying to provide regardless of everything that's going on. And I think that it's just going to take some time for this to get off the ground. I think someone, if you want to go back to college or if you need to do more research, find an independent activity and go with it. I also feel like someone does a lot of their thinking on their own and they need that time to process, whether it is like, you know, like me, for instance, I couldn't take like someone yelling at me when I was little. That never really did anything for me. First of all, I didn't fucking listen, and two, it didn't really solve any problems. So it's like you can't really be like that with everybody, you know. Sometimes you have to go at it with a, you know, different approach. The gentle side, you know, that maybe there was some bullshit in the past, but can you move past it, you know? Can you be patient with this person, because there's a lot that you don't know that they've been through, or this could be you. And I just think that there's so much, especially in relationships, that we don't talk about, and we just carry that baggage with us. And it's like, and then we're mad that it doesn't work, and it's like, but how can you individually make it work, you know, because it's not just one-sided. Pisces is next. The starfish, I don't know what that means. Some of you guys could be getting in, like, is there like a group in your community that you can, be a part of? Do you guys like to talk to people? There could be something that's growing. I feel like there's a business here. Maybe it's getting like approval for a certain thing for a business, like a license or a property, or I don't know, whatever it takes. I don't really know what it's called, but maybe it's like is it a board of whoever? I don't know. It's getting permission to move forward, and then your business would grow. I think that there's some type of blessing here for you when it comes to that. So it's like, I think that you've had a level of being curious, but now it's time to be determined and use, you know, your wisdom to use that creativity to make it happen, you know. Some of you guys, you just want like a property or a place, and I think it's like it could happen, but you have to get the right permissions from whatever community that you're in. Pisces, 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. So this, I don't really see this as you're cheating and you're lying. It's more like you're not being honest about your mental health, like how bad it really is when you can't sleep. And I don't think you talk about it. But if you're having a lot of confusion and maybe problems with your eyes, it's because you'd like, I don't want to say you need medication, but maybe you need more sleep, or you need to talk to someone maybe, because I think it's affecting your work, or it's because of what you do for work for some of you. Maybe you need a vacation. I would maybe be honest with your boss, because I feel like if this continues, you could lose your job. So maybe tell them that you're struggling with whatever situation, because I think like they're genuinely interested, but if you don't let them know, then they're just gonna like end it, and then you are out of a job when it could have been avoided, maybe with a day off, or, you know, them understanding like maybe you need a break. I don't know. This 8 of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, the Hermit, and 2 of Pentacles. It's like you do this soul searching and you kind of get to a place where you're ready to move forward into this, because I feel like you've had this idea or this drive to do this, but I think you're getting hit with curveballs, but that's just because when you get to that next step, it's another thing that you have to deal with, or another thing that they're trying to show you how to do to get to where you want to go. Because for some of you, it's just been the same mental repetitivity. Is that a word? I don't even know. But I just think like the other ways that you were trying to do this, and the way, like the reason you weren't getting anywhere is because there's something that they want you to see that's within yourself, like maybe having the right vision or the right plan, or not listening to what other people have to say, you know, that you could be to have the discipline and the right connections to do this on your own, that you don't have to do how other people do, and you don't have to be like a public figure to talk, to have a conversation, you know, to get permission. I just think that for everyone, hands down, on the face of the planet, communication is key, and we're all really fucking bad at it. You know, I don't know. It's just, I think that there's something you can't see when it comes to this business, or when it comes to going out on your own, you know, that it has to be like a collective decision. Ouch. And maybe they need to be like, write up a business plan about what you guys are going to be doing in this place, like in black and white, so, you know, they don't think that you're doing something illegal, you know, because people judge. But if you have the right plan in place and you have the conversation, I feel like it'll be successful, and then things would balance out. Aquarius is next. Aquarius, you have ice. So some of you, and I don't even know if it's you, it could be someone in your family, but if your eyes like all of a sudden got worse, it could be something to do with your heart. Also, so look, something to do with your throat. I would just maybe go to the doctor and get some things looked at, because I'm not going to call you out. There could be something that they find but it's also important to remember that we don't have to necessarily take their word as bond for what they say is wrong with you and their diagnosis, because that'll freak anybody out. A cured patient wouldn't make them any money. So justice, what do we have? The Empress, the Knight of Cups. So maybe wear a condom when we take the girl out on the date, because otherwise we're going to have a baby maybe, but I don't know. There's someone you wanted to ask out, I think, but it's just like something happened where you know what happened. I don't, could be maybe someone's pride or ego, or just maybe someone gave up. I think someone reminded you of your mother for some of you guys. So it's like an overall surprise. Like some of you guys, you have no idea that this person even wants to ask you out, or that they care about you, or that they're kind of a creeper. But anyways, maybe you guys fought about things, like there really wasn't a balance. But with the Judgment and the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, and then the Ten of Cups and the King of Pentacles, this isn't even a bad situation. Like this is like, this is decent, you know what I mean? So don't judge too quickly, because someone has their shit together, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like all laid out, and they're have, I don't know, like the discipline maybe with money, or this could go better than you ever dreamed, because I think that sometimes we assume things about people, and it's usually on a past situation, and might not always be true for everyone, because not everyone is your ex, you know what I mean? I think that you're going to be going through changes, but I do see success as well. Some of you guys are in the medical field. Ouch. Some of you guys have a lot of student debt or student loans. That could get wiped out if those programs are still in place. I'm not really sure if they are, but you guys are really talented or gifted, or maybe you need to know that moving forward. Maybe as a obstetrician. See these big words. What are the people that deliver babies? You know what I'm talking about? Jesus. Aries. Whoa. Some of y'all are rocking out or what? Some of you guys have a career like in the public eye. Ouch. But maybe you don't think before you speak sometimes. You have good like intentions, but sometimes you could have a little bit more compassion and then not give up so easily when you get mad. Especially when it comes to, you know, your own happiness and relationships, marriage, the whole dates and flowers thing, you know, like stability. Some of you guys could have a child or, ouch. There's a plan for your life and it's going to take some patience. It'll be illuminated, but it's not on our time. It's when it's supposed to be, when you're ready to cross that bridge. Definitely leaders. I think that some of you guys you've changed like on a cellular level. Some of you guys could have lost someone in your life, someone, or maybe you're just not around this person anymore. But I do see there being success, but it's just like a lot of unknowns when it comes to maybe a person you're dealing with, or like how far you want to take it, because the Lovers sometimes talks about, you know, do you want to be full-blown married, or do you want to have like lovers and friends, you know what I mean? Netflix and chill. Someone's either teaching you compassion or vice versa. I feel like this person's in your life not only to heal you, like sexual healing, but also to teach you to be a little bit nicer, so you're not so rough around the edges, you know what I mean? Pop that third eye open. The Three of Swords and the Four of Cups, it's like, until this person kind of, they're gonna like spark your creativity. And I think like you're gonna have to let some things end. Maybe an idea that you thought would go, but it's not really working out. But I just feel like there's other things that you need to kind of deal with. Or maybe it was like a really intense situation with this person, like really good sex, and then boom, you got your heart broken. You're like, fuck, sitting over here like, well, I'm not gonna go out with you or you or you. You know what I mean? I think it's just, there's nothing wrong with having a vision board of what the kind of person you want in your life, but there's gonna be some bored moments because we live in a lust, ego-driven world right now, and it's not exactly a whole lot of Prince Charmings, you know what I mean? Something to do with the death of a Libra. I don't know. Someone you worked with could have had a head injury. I think that there's a part of you that didn't have the emotional support that you needed, so you don't really know how to be supportive or support your own emotions. It's like we have to be taught things, and if we don't have those skills, then we're kind of just out here, you know, trial and error. Like honesty will take you to a certain extent, but it doesn't have to be like manipulative, you know what I mean, or like rude. It can be more lighthearted. Something you need to learn for your career, because it's like if you're a little bit more open, I think, then people could connect with you on whatever level. I just think like you're kind of closed off, and maybe for good reason, but at the same time you could have what you want, but maybe it's just like you got to open up a little bit. Cancer. There's a level of understanding that you have here. I think that some of you are either going to be communicating more, or that's kind of what would help, I think, because it's like there's also some kind of legal matter here with could be mother, father, could be something to do with your children. It's going to go in your favor. Maybe something to do with the house, but it's like, you know, possessions of some kind that will work out for you. Maybe someone took them, or you gave it to someone or something. I don't really know. I think that there could have been someone around you that had an addiction of some kind, and something of yours, there was a decision made, and you'll get it back, whatever this situation is. You have the Moon and the Six of Wands with the Lovers, the King of Wands, and the Empress. So not quite the Emperor, but I mean, looks pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? I think that if you're ready to show the world, like, hey, bitches, I'm, you know, Britney's back, and not be so stuck on keeping everything to yourself in the past, you know, I think that some of you guys are really intimidating. Some of you guys are going through a change, but I just feel like if you talk to people more, then it brings in these people. Like this guy is like ready to go, you know what I mean? But maybe you don't want that. I don't know. It's kind of aggressive, which is not so bad. I feel like you guys, there was an ending. There was something that you close a cycle, and now there's going to be things brought in. So it's like, basically, what is it that you want? Is it stability? Is it, you know, this guy with the really long hair and his shirt off? Or this guy, you know what I mean? I think karma's been cleared, so good things are coming in. As well as, you know, happiness and stability, and who doesn't want that? Maybe it's just like in your own family. Patience is important, because I see this being like a few months out, you know what I mean? And you're not going to know when it comes in, or like there's certain things you don't know about this on purpose. Like, I feel like we're left in the dark. Certain things we're not going to know everything all the time, but at the same time, there's hidden things here that you're going to learn about in the future, and things will be worked out. I don't know what these comments said. Maybe I didn't turn super chats on in my live. You could always email me, or go look on my channel in the About section. My email's listed. I've been kind of MIA for like a month. I'm not gone this long, but you know, sometimes when you're put on hold, you kind of just have to follow along. And like, a part of this journey is I have to work on myself too. Like, I can't just be coming on here and telling you guys what to do if I don't deal with my own shit, you know? And there's just like a lot of heavy. I am so goddamn glad these full moons are over, because being a water sign, like, listen, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? But in order for me to teach other people and be, you know, and be an inspiration, I have to work on my 52 issues. You know what I mean? Got a few. But I'm still around. I'm still available for readings. You're just going to have to email me. I can't really say that I can be on here every day, because I'm not going to push it and be fake and all of that. I have to do what I'm told. And that's just how it goes, you know. When it's important, then there will be a video. It's not going to be every day, but it's just kind of being slowed down. And this isn't the first time that it's happened. It's just kind of like, I have to maintain a balance too sometimes, and I don't do well with that. You know what I mean? I'm basically just like ping-ponging off walls in one direction or the other, just winging it over here. But I have to learn patience and how to control my emotions. Try to tell a Scorpio to control their emotions. Fuck. I don't even think I'm a water sign half the time. I feel like I'm a fire sign. And then the kids with their school and shit home and like, I don't know, basically Jumanji in my house. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I appreciate all the support. Like, you know, a lot of you guys in this room have been here since the beginning, and I just want you to know I appreciate you and that you stuck with me, you know, and it means a lot to me that, you know, you guys are still here and that you've been with me this long. So I'm available by email. I hope you guys have a good night. I'm losing my voice. I hope that you guys have a good New Year's. Don't drink and drive. Have a shot for me. You know what I mean? And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.